welcome to Epoxy Dreams with Dees Side Limited. I have basically done the preparation on the last video of the countertops. So this video you're going to see a primed surface. I have done that with a really good non-oil based primer with a roller and allow that to dry for 24 hours. And I'm applying the coloured epoxy resin in this stage with a white with a mica pearl white, which I'm mixing into the epoxy resin, and then black and some rust kind of bronze powder as well. Those are the highlights through the stone. So if you like the video, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, hit that bell, and post some comments below so that I can improve and get better at this. I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll see you at the end of the video. Thank you very much. Hi, and okay, so this is what I was talking about, 4 coats of primer paint. I use the Zinzir Bullseye 123. It's an interior and exterior primer sealer and also a stain killer. It's water based and adheres to all surfaces without sanding. However, obviously I sanded all the surfaces. It's recoatable in 60 minutes and touch dry in 30. I waited, I did 2 coats in one day and then 2 coats the next day, and left that to dry for 24 hours so that I knew it was absolutely bone dry before going for sheeting up the plastic. And the resin pour, you can get it at anywhere, Screwfix, Amazon, all the normal outlets. It's ranges from about £20 to £30 for a litre, which covers about 10 square meters. So a tin of this will give you enough to cover the amount of countertops I was doing here. So second most important thing is obviously covering up all the vertical doors on your kitchen, and I'm using a Harris light plastic. I've put blue tape onto the actual cupboard units, and I am now running a white tape to hold the plastic onto the blue tape. The reason for this is that the blue tape is it comes off easier, whereas the white tape really holds strong. So the white tape is holding the plastic in place onto the blue, and then it's easier to pull the blue off when you finish your pour 2 hours afterwards. You can then easily take the blue tape off and leave that nice clean edge. So yeah, lots of research online. The vertical plastic I'm putting on is obviously a lot thinner, and the flooring plastic was a lot thicker. I got that in it's 0.3 microns or something like that, but it's a lot thicker. So, and everything is all taped up. Just giving a quick last hoover here, so making sure that all the dust is gone, making sure windows are closed, doors are closed, no flies in the place. Get your fly swatter out. You don't want any of that stuff running around. And spiders, make sure you haven't got any spiders ready to bungee jump off the wall cupboards into your countertop, because they will. Last piece of prep is a quick rub with alcohol, which I'm doing there. And now I'm pouring the white base, so I've just poured that on. And I would have showed you the pour. Unfortunately, that morning I forgot my belt, so my pants seem to be slipping quite a bit. Yeah. So pre-resin pour, don't forget your belt. Basically, I've just got a small plastic piece, and I am spreading the white resin over the countertop. I'm not doing the edges yet. I want to get all the resin pooled as best I can on top of the countertop, as per many instructions. And then finally, get it to self-level on your countertop first before going over the edge, before allowing it to drop. And make sure you work it well. You've got, I would say, about an hour to mess around with this. So don't go jumping in and thinking, oh, I've only got 20 minutes or something like that. No, you've got a good hour to work this resin. And there I am. I'm adding a bit more. I wasn't happy with how much was on it. Probably a really high use area is right in front of the sink, so make sure that there's nice depth of resin there. Don't go skimping around cookers or sinks. And just keep spreading, spread until and you'll see it level in front of your eyes. It's quite an amazing product. I was really chuffed, really happy the way this is turning out. I have obviously mixed colors. I've done a black and a bronze rust color, which I have in the wings there waiting to go on. As you can see, I'm spending quite a bit of time making sure that this resin is leveling nicely. And the next stage is going to be pretty much picking up a brush and using that again, give it a brush over to level it. But don't be afraid to spend time on this process. It's really important to get this right. So that now I'm just throwing it to the edge. I'm quite happy with what I've got in the center. I'm just pulling some of that over just to make it look and work good. And now I've got a brush and the rest of the small amount of resin in my pot, which I've kept over for doing edges and making sure that I haven't missed pieces. Now the resin is self-leveling, so as I say, don't worry about it too much. Just work it in well. And this is the stage when you're slopping resin around the place and putting it on that you realize how important it is to do the plastic sheeting properly. If you don't get that right, then you really are into a world of pain. So here I'm just dripping the the colors through. Black and gold, not too much, and I suppose everybody has their own color pattern in mind and how to pattern it. Myself and my customer, we sat down and we went through quite a few online pictures of how she wanted the the effect at the end, which was great because it gave me a very clear idea of what I was doing when it came to the day of the pour, and obviously then you have happy customers instead of people who want stuff redone. Yeah, I'm just stippling in the colour now. So that little brush movement, even though you don't really see it over here, I'm following the lines, not making them too thick, keeping them nice and thin, but again throwing some grey into other places apart from just the lines so that it doesn't look too, I guess, man-made. And that's all I'm doing, is I'm working the resin. Down the side you can see the drips just running down the side, and once that's finished, then this is pretty much the result. So that's just after the pour. It hasn't set, it is still wet. I've kept the blinds down for, so that UV doesn't shine straight on it, but it is a UV resistant resin, and you can see the flicks of that mica in there. So yeah, as I say, if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, a comment, like and subscribe. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks very much.